Verse 8. And Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. Okay, is this now like some try to imply text that was later on added? This guy did not know the previous verse before, right? 2 verses ago, concerning Joseph recognizing and they not recognizing Joseph. So, man, Jesus would use the word very, verily, Pharaoh had 2 dreams. It all points to this. Moses tried just plain, simply trying to make a point. I don't know why people always need to look for something where there's nothing to find. Okay? Moses is trying to make a clear point here. If you didn't hear the first time, now I'm reminding you. The brothers did not recognize him. Joseph recognized him. Simple, right? It's simple. Because if they recognize, all of this would not have. And Moses is trying to make sure that we understand for a fact that they did not recognize. Because if they recognize him, then they can't be lying here. They can be playing all other kinds of things. Remember? This is just why this verse is there. Again. Not because someone else didn't know the original, put this in, J and a E and whatever going on, all of the P and whatever going on all over the place, right? This is just Moses making sure that we understand the basic fact that what is going to happen further on is being pushed into us. We know the brothers did not recognize, but Joseph recognized. Verse 9. And Joseph remembered the dreams that he had dreamed of them. And he said to them, "You are spies. You have come to see the nakedness of the land." Okay? So he remembered the dreams. I already spoke a little bit about this in depending on where I'll cut. Most likely not in this video, the previous video. Okay? About the dreams. It's a partial fulfillment. Not a full fulfillment because only 10 brothers. Joseph remembered. In the previous chapter, his sons were born, and one of the sons was the first son. God helped me to forget them. Okay? Now he's remembering. Now, I don't think he ever forgot. Like the cupbearer never forgot, but he just chose to forget. Right? The same way here. Okay? Because he's busy with other things. He's been put in a different place. So it's like, in that sense, God helped him to forget. But the dreams, he never forgot the dreams. Like his father never forgot the dreams. Okay, like Mary is never going to forget what Jesus, everything that happened at Jesus' birth. And she's going to tell Luke all of that. Okay, that is why we know it. And but he knows as well that this dream is not fully there because only 10 brothers, not all of them. And so he knows as well, for the dream to be fulfilled, things still need to happen. Other things still need to happen. So he's going to interrogate him. So again, he speaks with he's going to tell him, "You are spies." Okay. Now I already mentioned as well earlier that the spy idea, that this can explain as well why people from outside of Egypt as well had to appear before Joseph and guards and all those other places to make sure that they are not using. I mean, just imagine, so Egypt has food. And other people don't have food. Okay, so what might that lead to? If you have some kind of an army and you don't have food, and you know there's another country not far from you who has food, then you might do everything. You might, if we go and attack them and take their food, then if we don't, we die. At least we can try. Okay, or, well, here's a good excuse. So many people are going there. And if we send our spies, they will not be able to tell their spies. And we can spy out the land. And then we can get the soldiers together and go and attack them. Okay? It opens all these things. And Joseph seemingly knew this. And they knew this. Not to say they were paranoid. Okay? Again, I don't want to bring America here. But just like how people would flee over the border. Like up to last year under Biden. Now not anymore so much because of President Trump, but okay. So the way how people could infiltrate, and you can get any kind of person. A couple of years ago, it was no more than a decade ago, with the Syria crisis, that's still kind of ongoing, right? Lots of people fled, and you could never. Lots of young men, according to the photos, entered Europe and still living there. How do you know which of them are terrorists or not? Okay. And of all those people coming through the border illegally, how do you know they're terrorists or not, or belongs to some other gang member or a gang or something and going to kill your people here? I mean, you just can't. Okay, so the same thing, nothing changes, right? That was what they wanted to do then in Egypt, and Joseph and the people knew this. So from this text you can see it. Okay, not made up here. Nothing ever changes. Same thing still driving people. They want money, they want power, they do bad things. Not all people coming in for the right reasons. A lot of them, I'm pretty sure a majority of them came in for the right reasons, but there are always those, and you need to be able to vet them. Okay? So apply for asylum, you need to do it in the right way, legal way. Not cross the border illegally. And so, yeah, Joseph is going to use this information as well, so as to get information out of them. So you're just saying, you're spies, coming to the nakedness of the land. Again, I remember one day, years ago, that was like it was like around 1994-ish, kind of, maybe 95. I was in riding, yeah, it would have been closer to 95, well, beginning of 95, winter time, because it was cold. I was well dressed up, and I was sitting in this from Leninsky Prospect there in St. Petersburg, going down to Prospect Kuznetsov, and we were living there at that moment. And there was this drunk guy sitting next to me in the bus. He always, because it's like 30 odd minutes on the trolley bus, tram bus kind of to get down there, so it's pretty far, and it's dark. It was dark because it's in the winter time, and the winter is always dark in St. Petersburg, well, nearly, because it's so far to the north. And I was sitting in the window, and this guy was sitting next to me, and coming in a little bit later, because you try to get a window seat. Why? Because of give you a little piece of advice. If you get the side, the two seats, right? If you get the one in the closer to the corridor where people are standing, then if an old lady gets up, or old guy, or a pregnant woman, you need to get up, and you do that because that's the right thing to do. But if you sit at a window seat and somebody sitting next to him, he gets up, kind of, yeah, right. I mean, one needs to be wise sometimes. I mean, I would, if you're tired, really tired, and you just don't have the strength to stand, then maybe a piece of advice then for you. And so I was sitting there, and this guy started speaking with me, and he asked me, because I mean, I could speak I could speak Russian then, but not even today I can speak it perfectly. No one in Russia speaks Russian perfectly because it's such a difficult language, grammatically wise. And so he asked me where I'm from, and I said from South Africa. And instead of asking on my black, which the vast majority of Russians would do in that case, he asked me if I'm a spy. Like, okay. Anyhow, yeah, the communist days, they didn't trust anybody. Anybody could be a spy. Yeah, sure, anybody could be a spy. Your neighbor could be a spy. Your son could be a spy. Pavlik Morozov, right? The Russians would understand that context. And yeah, here, that's what he thought. Like, what is Joseph thinking, or at least telling them? Because, I mean, he knew they're not spies. Because he knew them. But he wanted information from them. So he told them, you're spies.